Okay, so today we're diving into a family feud.
A family feud.
Yeah, a family feud that's kind of spilled out onto the public stage.
Yeah.
And we're talking about Elon Musk and his transgender daughter, Vivian Wilson.
Right.
And
Big disagreement.
some really strong disagreements between them.
It's huge.
And, maybe you've heard that Vivian legally changed her name when she turned 18,
Right.
wanting to distance herself from Musk. But
Yeah.
things get even more complicated than that.
They really do. It gets a lot more interesting.
So to help us unpack all of this, we have some excerpts from an article
Okay.
that's called Pasted Text.
Pasted text, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this isn't, just typical, teenage rebellion.
Right.
Yeah. Vivian's publicly criticized her father, Andy, former President Trump.
Yeah.
And she's doing it in a way that suggests a very carefully thought out approach.
Yeah, let's start with that incident at Trump's rally, where some people thought they saw Musk make what looked like a Nazi salute.
Right, right.
This obviously created a lot of controversy.
Yep.
Musk's response was basically to brush it off.
Yeah.
He called the accusations tired.
Right.
He even demanded better dirty tricks.
Yeah, he's not really taking it seriously.
But Vivian's reaction to the situation was
a lot more subtle.
a bit more subtle.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, instead of directly calling out her father, she turned to social media and she started using metaphors about spades and plausible deniability.
Right.
You know,
Like she's trying to...
what does that tell us about the relationship with Musk and her communication style?
Yeah. What does that tell us about her communication style?
Well, I think it shows a lot of restraint.
Okay.
And, a certain level of strategy involved.
Yeah.
It's like she's trying to shine a light on a pattern of behavior without, directly, making an accusation, which is a difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
Given, the public nature of this whole feud.
Right.
You
It seems like she's trying to kind of speak her truth,
I think so.
but also kind of navigate this really tricky situation.
That delicate situation with her dad.
Yeah. And this incident with the Nazi salute, that wasn't the only time
Yeah.
that Vivian has publicly disagreed with her father or
Right.
Trump for that matter.
Right.
She had a very strong reaction to Trump's executive order that rolled back protections for transgender people.
Yeah, and I mean, this wasn't just, a casual disagreement.
Right.
This particular executive order was extremely controversial because it reversed guidelines that had protected transgender students' rights to use bathrooms that aligned with their gender identity.
Right.
And it also affected access to health care for transgender individuals.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
this was a very big deal. And Vivian, she shared a link to the order on social media.
Right.
And, urged people to read it, saying it was important to understand the, quote, shamelessness of their hatred.
Wow.
Those are some strong words.
Those are some pretty powerful words.
Yeah.
It seems really clear that she's, very committed to her identity and to advocating for the transgender community. And, this all kind of connects back to her decision to change her name at 18.
Right.
Like
it's all part of the same.
It's all part of the same story.
Trajectory.
Yeah.
It's interesting, this deep dive, it's really given us this glimpse into this family dynamic that's just anything but ordinary.
Right.
This level of public disagreement between a parent and a child.
Yeah.
Especially, when the parent is like this high-profile figure like Elon Musk.
Yeah.
This is unusual.
It's very unusual.
It's very unusual, yeah.
It definitely makes you think about what kind of conversations are happening behind closed doors, right?
Absolutely, behind the scenes.
And also, we have to remember that Vivian is one of 6 children that Musk had with his first wife.
Right.
So, it makes you wonder.
Yeah, how does the rest of the family feel about all of this?
How do her siblings feel about all of this?
Right. It's a very public
Yeah.
display of a family rift.
Exactly. And
speaking of public disagreements,
yeah,
we can't forget about the whole Wikipedia situation.
right after the Nazi salute incident, Musk got really upset that Wikipedia included information about it on his page.
Yeah, he did.
He went on to criticize Wikipedia, claiming that it was biased towards legacy media propaganda,
Wow.
and even called to defund Wikipedia.
Okay.
Until
balance is restored.
balance is restored.
Wow.
And this reaction really speaks to
I think it does.
how Musk kind of sees himself as someone who challenges, established norms and institutions.
Yeah, he wants to shake things up.
Yeah, he's definitely not shy about using platforms like X, formerly Twitter, to do that.
No, he's not afraid to use his platform to voice his opinion.
Yeah, it's really interesting how he seems to pit himself against traditional media sources.
Yeah. What do you make of that?
Yeah. So what are we left with here?
Well,
what are the key takeaways?
We're seeing a clash of ideologies playing out within a family.
Right.
And all of this is being broadcast on social media. We see this young woman challenging her powerful father and speaking out against policies that she sees as harmful.
It really makes you think.
It does. It makes you think. Does Vivian Wilson's willingness to publicly challenge her father represent some sort of shift in how younger generations hold powerful figures accountable?
Right. Is this a sign of things to come, or is this just a really unique situation?
Right.
That's, magnified by the media spotlight.
Yeah.
This deep dive has given us a lot to think about.
A lot to think about.
And I encourage you to dig a little deeper into any of the topics that stood out to you.
There's a lot here to unpack.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, this was great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Great.
Greta.
Okay.